The fact that it's not just that they disagree with him, they attack him, it's that they do it in unison, they do it so coordinated that you realize there is a machine behind this.
One of the things I've been talking about for the last 2 years and praying was going to happen was that there would be this wide tent realignment, that the ex-libs, or the disaffected libs, let's say, like RFK and Tulsi and the rest of them, would suddenly find common cause with Trump, and it really is happening right now. Calley Means went on Joe Rogan and talked about that.
And here's the key point I want to make from my small vantage point here. They had weeks of conversations, and there was not a discussion of polling. There was not a discussion of the horse race and how this would impact the race. These were tear-filled conversations about why kids are getting so diabetic, about why we have such obese children in the United States, about why we have a fertility crisis. Like, this was a true connection of these two men and a true deep bond, which I think you're seeing out there on the campaign trail, that this transcends politics, and Trump wants this to be a generational issue for him. And I just want to say something. I think we're at a big moment here. We're debating trivia. Like, I think the two most existential issues are nuclear war or what's happening to our health. And whatever you think, and I used to be a never Trumper, watching him care about this issue, watching what's happening with the RFK, watching what's happening of how that's resonating with voters, seeing Smalley, from my small vantage point inside, there is tremendous connection of these two men and moral clarity of seeing what's happening. And my question is this, and to anyone kind of considering voting in this election, Trump is going to say stupid shit. He is Trump. We know who he is. There's two important questions to ask. Who sees this corruption and institutional capture that's going to destroy our country, I think, to an existential level? And who is willing to suffer that blowback? Who is willing to go up against these military-industrial complex, the healthcare industrial complex, the education industrial complex that's making us a non-competitive? Like, they are ready. Who is going to appoint? This is a question I have. Who do we believe is going to appoint people like RFK, people like Elon Musk, to stir stuff up? Who is going to do that? Like, that to me is the foundational question. And I do consider this the most important election of my lifetime, watching these two men, because it is so genuine. And there is like a genuine desire to truly transform, to see our broken corruption and institutions for what it is. And really, truly, I think prevent nuclear war and dramatically reverse our health crisis. Trump has said that his one big mistake last time was personnel, was that the Pharma and the ag slithered in and gave him the list of names. Everybody should ask, do you think RFK is going to have an influence on those names based on what Trump has said? And I think he is. And I think people like Elon are going to be involved. I think there's this coalition of people that are coming together and Trump's going to put in power and listen to. And this is a bipartisan issue. And no matter what happens, we have to solve this issue. But I will say this so clearly with the most conviction I can. We will be on the verge, I think, of a health population collapse, societally destabilizing event, unless true executive leadership sees this corruption and this issue for what it is and says we need a radical transformation in how we see agriculture and how we see health, our two largest industries. I think we have to have that. And every single member of Congress I meet with, including Democrats, say that in order for this issue to get done, we need a president to make this the priority to talk, because that gives us air cover, and there could be transformational change if a president does that. So that's what I've seen from being in this. And I can tell you, President Trump has kept every promise to RFK and deeply cares about this issue.
It also seems like if this isn't done now, they will take steps to make sure it can never be done in the future.
Look what they're saying. Yeah.
This is it's such a unique time, and it seems like without a person that's a total outsider like Trump, that's being so attacked. The fact that it's not just that they disagree with him, they attack him, it's that they do it in unison, they do it so coordinated that you realize there is a machine behind this. And that they repeat the same talking points over and I mean, it's like they're given a script, and that there's no repercussions for lies. There's with the Russiagate stuff, with all the various different things that have been concocted to try to take him out. There's no one gets in trouble, and the same people are still disseminating the news. And more people, I think, are aware of that than ever before, and more people aware of this institutional capture.
So, Emily, a couple of weeks ago, I was at this Rescue the Republic event in D.C. with RFK and Tulsi and Russell Brand and Jordan Peterson and all these people in the hats that you guys are wearing right there. It feels like it really is here. Do you fully see this new coalition coming together? And will it make a difference in about 23 days?
Yeah, like, first of all, what a beautiful conversation. I couldn't think of anything that matters more than this. And on top of that, they do forget a huge topic that I think is equally as important as those two topics. He is the only president to already talk about going after child trafficking. And what's more important than saving a child, not only from sickness, but being trafficked. So in LA, I'm friends with a lot of the biggest health and wellness influencers. And I don't know if you saw that. We actually had to go to the Senate and testify and ask why the government is poisoning us. There's people like Jillian Michaels there. It's crazy because I have talked to these people for so long that I said, if you're into wellness and fitness, you are kind of naturally right-leaning. And now finally, since Kennedy is in the race and supportive of Trump, all these people have come out of the woodworks. And there's so much support on our side because it's the one thing we're all united on is being healthy. And these are the only candidates. And along with being healthy is the most important thing. Free speech. We have to have doctors be able to have different opinions, which we know under this administration, all they're talking about is literally stripping away rights and actually putting people with opposite opinions in jail. So, of course, everyone is coming out of the woodworks and supporting Trump because of this. And this is huge.
Guys, today's show is sponsored by Aura, and this couldn't come at a more important time. Recently, over 2.9 billion records were stolen from national public data. That's personal info like full names, addresses, dates of birth, and even social security numbers, all leaked for free online. If you're not already protecting yourself, this is your wake-up call. As someone who's had to deal with a whole mess of spam calls, I can't recommend Aura enough. They monitor billions of data points, including your social security number, across the dark web and public records to alert you of potential threats. Plus, they offer up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst happen. I really wish I would have known about Aura sooner when I was getting spammed constantly after moving to Miami. Aura could have saved me from that headache. If you want peace of mind, check out aura.com/Rubin and try it for 14 days absolutely free. Once again, that's aura.com/Rubin, and Aura will let you know if your data is out there and help prevent your info from being misused. Trust me, this peace of mind is totally worth it.